Nature is the blueprint. Ecological solutions are emerging to overcome the challenges of the new century. A new generation of designers, inventors, and everyday heroes are leading us from something must be done to something we can do. They're answering questions most of us don't even know to ask.
The flag is flying in the corner. Steaks on the grill, we're drinking gasoline. In little houses by the freeway, we're living large in our American dream. Come on now.
Hi, I'm Claude Genest. Welcome to Regeneration. This is the show that turns wastes into resources, turns problems into solutions, and mostly turns mindsets around. Now, we've all been hearing about the ecological problems, right? What are we going to do about it? Well, we're going to go out and showcase the visionaries, the designers, and the everyday people that are moving us from something must be done to something you can do. Welcome to Regeneration, the art of sustainable living.
We ain't leaving till we're even, drinking and dancing in our compromise.
I'll bet you've been hearing a lot of doom and gloom scenarios about our ecological future lately. These converging catastrophes of climate change and peak oil, and you think to yourself, what am I going to do? And maybe you see these typical top 10 lists of things we can do to green up our homes and our lives. You know the one, change a light bulb and buy certified wood and avoid chemicals and eat organic. And these are all good things, don't get me wrong, but you think to yourself, is that it? Is that all there is? Is that going to be enough? Well, the good news is there's a lot more. This week we go inside to look at buildings and energy systems. And we ask the question, just what might this great green, sustainable future look like? I invited a team of design experts to my house to help me answer this question. Architects, landscape designers, energy experts, and some of Vermont's eco-visionaries came together to see how we can become part of the solution in our own homes.
It will take us time to move through the 200 years of infrastructure we've built that we just didn't realize had these design flaws.
A lot of people see themselves as consumers, and so they say, well, just what can I buy? But we need to really change the way we live as societies, and we need to create different ecologies of our communities.
You can talk about the model 4,000 square foot green home, but is that really a sustainable home? Is that appropriate? Is that enough house? Is that too much house or home for, say, two people?
In order to face the challenge that we have to face as a species in the time that we have, it's going to take buy-in from everyone.
Yeah. The planet is going to be just fine on its own. It's going to keep on going right along like it always has. And it's a question of our species and whether we're going to be here to enjoy it.
What we're doing is not like in the 70s where people thought you had to suffer and life was going to become difficult and all this energy stuff was really bad. It's now, the fact that people are realizing that healthy buildings, in fact, are healthier for people to live in. People want to be there. They're happier being there. They're more productive.
Architect Bill McClay invited us back to his house to see just what he means by a healthy home.
We designed this house actually as a Vermont healthy home. We were interested in selling houseplans so that the average person could end up with some of the custom quality that we had done in our individually designed home for clients. There's a lot of south-facing glass to capture the sun in a passive way. Some of the other things you'll notice on the outside of the building is that the shingles that are weathered gray, they're certified shingles, meaning they came from a place where the ecosystems were less damaged than in other places and it's sustainably harvested for us. The roof shingles that are black look like a slate, but they're actually made out of recycled tires and rubber roofing. You look at the boards that are on the end of the roof, they're going up at the angle. Those are actually made out of a plastic lumber, so that they've never been painted, and we never will paint them. Our domestic hot water, mainly for showering and sinks and whatever, is heated by the sun. So we actually have a solar collector that heats the hot water, and then it goes down to the basement and is a preheat for the hot water that's in the house.
Now, I hear that's a no-brainers for a homeowner, that the payback is assured and assured to be very quick.
That, in fact, is true. In terms of once you start looking at solar technologies, that's the most cost-effective and is the first one that's worth thinking about. We also generate about a quarter of our electricity from sun. Because the house is facing close to south, it means in the summertime when the sun is a problem, it's up high and it doesn't actually get in. Whereas in the wintertime when the sun angle is down low, we get excellent sunlight penetrating way deep into the house.
Can we take a look?
Yeah, that sounds great. So when you come in the house, the first thing you see is looking through to the south and the sunlight and the sun that's actually coming down the stairs.
Gorgeous. Look at all the light.
So this brings the central stair with the light coming down deeply. This stairwell makes for good vertical circulation in the summertime for cooling. So we have windows up at the top, which we leave open for a long period of time, and the breeze can just rise up through the house.
So with all this sunlight that comes in, I guess you use these tiles to like store the heat?
Why don't we go to the next room and I can probably show you that a little better.
Oh, nice. So this is slate, is it?
This is natural slate from Vermont. It's actually been honed smooth. It's on top of a concrete slab that has radiant heat. So it's part of the heating system. It also absorbs some of the sunlight and acts to help store heat as well. We used wood actually from our property. So all of the wood that you see exposed on the first floor is maple.
Do my eyes deceive me, or am I looking at black marble from my hometown of Isle of Man?
That's exactly what that is. That is marble with fossils embedded in the marble.
Gorgeous.
It is great.
Now, Bill, what are you doing with an electric cooktop?
Well, the reason that we have that is that it's a lot healthier. There are some studies even that demonstrate improper lung development connected to gas.
One thing I love that you've done is you got the local black marble in there from Isle of Man, the local white marble from Vermont. And this, for me, for anyone who likes composting, is just a simple scrape in, compost bin, built right in, make it easy. It's so nice, so nice.
Our waste goes to what's called a constructed wetland sewage system. The water goes to a septic tank. It then goes into an artificial marsh that we created, which basically has a rubber liner in it and then is filled with stones, and then the water passes through that and gets filtered and further cleansed by plants which are growing in the water, and then it actually goes out to a conventional subsurface, what here is a mound system. The water that comes out is much cleaner, so it's better for the environment, but it also extends the life of our mound system.
Architecture is seen as building and designing buildings. It's really for the purpose of people living and living a good life. I mean, the good life is really about having a comfortable place to be, a place that's connected to nature, connected to other people, and there's really not much more than that.
Participating in where we live, in what shelters us, in what feeds us, in what fuels our energy needs is something that I think a lot of people are waking up to, and that's very encouraging.
One of the cool things about natural building is that it's based on traditional methods. So we're looking at the way that we used to build hundreds and hundreds of years ago.